Mars in first house. The planet Mars is one of the most potent presence in the astrological arena, which is the giver of dominance and authority to the natives along with aggression and valor in the attitude. This makes it appear differently on variant horoscopes, as it could be either benefic or malefic at different planetary placements. The presence of Mars in Ascendant bestows most of the attributes of Mars to the person, which could be either good or bad, as turning her life towards either of direction. The natives of Mars in Ascendant are perceived to be vigorous and dynamic personalities who would be very much courageous and leaders in their approach. They are free soul and convey all the masculine expressions. But the negative impacts of Mars in first house would make them highly aggressive and hasty in their attitude, which could bring them much problems in life, while on the other part, the difficulties and negativity in life could take them towards immoral path. The Mars in first house also creates problems in natives' marital life, as it makes them high level of Manglik. Manglik dosh remedy is recommended for these natives to have good marital life. The natives of Mars in Ascendant are very ambitious and determined in their approach, and could reach at admirable height if they would believe upon their hard work and efforts. Besides this, Mars in first house makes them truly firm in their attitude, for which they won't get affected with others, but it makes them lack the flexibility and adaptability in their attitude. They possess much self-belief, but they should not let it be their overconfidence, as it could bring them failures. The natives of Mars in first house are rarely emotional beings, as they possess a strong core and carry practical vision towards life, but these natives could become possessive in their closed relations and are narrow-minded beings. In the end, these natives would have a reddish complexion, scars in the body and a big navel. Mars in Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, ruled by Saturn, which again is an enemy of Mars. This is, however, a positive position as compared to Mars in Capricorn, because Aquarius is a humanitarian and accommodating sign, while Capricorn natives tend to be reserved, stubborn and aloof already, and Saturn intensifies this tendency of Capricorn. People with Mars in Aquarius focus more on the intellectual side of life. Their organization ability is quite strong, and they tend to be calculative and logical in their approach. These natives can be good leaders, because they think for the masses. If you are born with Mars in Aquarius, you are likely to be a broad-minded, justice-loving person. You seek freedom of speech and movement, for both yourself and others. You come off as a very stable and dependable person. People trust you and rely on you quite easily. You also expect the same level of loyalty and reliability from others, especially your life partner. There is always a need for novelty in your life. You like to experiment a lot, and this tendency is also evident in your sexual life. You always try to do and expect something new from your partner. As a person, you are quite a humanitarian and perform good deeds. You are a very compassionate and good-natured person. You are often involved in virtuous activities of some kind. Third Lord in first house or in Ascendant. When the third Lord is placed in the first house, the person is self-determined. If the planet in good dignity, then the native is energetic, quick, adventurous, courageous, successful through own effort, benefits from acting, music, arts, have athletic qualities, percussive, skilled at sales, marketing, promotion, advertising, writing, may travel short distance traveling, good seminar speaker or instructor, and have good communication skill. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is impatient, does not take care of health, have trouble with siblings and neighbors, have struggle in life, harsh in attitude, gets into trouble through writing and other means of communication, problems with neck, shoulders and hands. 10th Lord in first house or in Ascendant. When the Lord of the 10th house in the first house or in the Ascendant, the person is independent in career. If the planet in good dignity, then the person enjoys working with himself, entrepreneur, capable in leading big projects. He will be self-employed or pursue a profession of independence. The person focuses on his career and persistent when it comes to getting what they want. When the Lagna and 10th Lord combines in the first house, the native becomes very famous and a pioneer in his field of work. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person face trouble in career field. feels difficulty in working with big companies, put too much effort in career but not getting any result, waste their money on trying to be independent in career. Mars in second house. The planet Mars or Mars is the giver of valor and energy, for which the natives of Mars or Mars are perceived to be vigorous and potent beings, while the presence of Mars in the second house will take the person towards high involvement for money making, where he or she would put most of her endeavor and hard work for earning to the most possible extent. The natives of this placement of Mars in second house are perceived to earn good affluence by using their intellect and intelligence, as they are born with very strong business aptitude, but they won't pursue much savings as they will spend it for earning most of materialistic pleasures and are quite careless with money. Besides this, these natives of Mars in second bhava would be quite firm at their needs and wants and will do all possible things for the same. The natives of this placement of Mars in second house are quite firm and aggressive in their attitude, besides which they are very possessive with their belongings, while mostly with which they have earned by their own efforts. These natives should take hold upon their aggressive and harsh words and should try to control their urge for having all they see around. He or she should maintain a calm behavior for reducing malefic effects of this placement. The placement of Mars in the second house will bring good wealth from the in-laws to the native and could make the person wicked and hypocritical for others, as leading her towards death in war or quarrels. A company of Mercury could reduce the willpower and inner strength of the native. These natives should pursue business associated with Moon, as in relating to clothes, for acquiring good results. They should keep the skin of deer in their houses. Mars in Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, which is friendly towards Mars. People born with this placement are spiritually inclined. They like morality and good conduct and follow a pious path. They are quite devoted to their religious beliefs and driven towards purity and piousness. Their knowledge of religious scriptures is unparalleled. However, these natives have a sense of confusion in life and at times respond in a perplexing manner. These natives have a strong desire to visit and settle in foreign places. They have quite an optimistic approach, especially in love matters. They tend to be idealistic about their love life and relationships and do not see the underlying problems unless it is too much to bear. They are quite sensitive and emotional too. They are receptive of others' emotions and feelings, probably because of their strong intuition and sensitivity to the undercurrent of the surroundings. Mars in Pisces natives are also inclined towards artistic pursuits. They are strongly attached to music and other art forms. It is a form of self-expression for them. Third Lord in the second house. When the third Lord is placed in the second house, the person work hard for finance. If the planet in good dignity, then the native's efforts are oriented towards spiritual growth, determined to get wealth. Younger siblings may succeed in humanitarian and charitable pursuit and have more success in foreign land. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is have difficulties with younger siblings, frustrated, may have unlawful behavior, inability to take successful and effective action, lack in courage, problems with shoulders, neck, and hands. 10th Lord in the second house. The 10th Lord in the second house, the person have money career. If the planet in good dignity, then the person rises well in life and makes a lot of money. He may have food business, he will prosper in catering and restaurant businesses. The person may work in cosmetics and in beauty products, money handler, currency trader, jeweler, dentist, speech language specialist, have money through family business. He may engage himself in the family trade and develop it. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person may have eating disorder affect status and career, have family problems ruin business. The person is weak and not able to do his business properly. Mars in third house. The planet Mars or Mars is one of the most potent and aggressive celestial presence, which is believed to be the giver of immense strength. While here in this placement, Mars or Mars bestows its attributes to the native and rules over the mental composure of the person. The presence of Mars will make the person strong from the core. The natives of this placement of Mars in third house would possess a vigorous composure of mind, for which they would carry immense courage for risks in life, while on the other part, They are quite hasty also in their approach and are much restless and impatient in their attitude. They are much straight to words, which could be harsh at times and could take them into arguments many a times. These natives could be found in hurry all the time, and especially while driving. The ever-enjoying attitude of the person could also be a problem. The natives having Mars in third bhava are endowed with good intellect and understanding, besides which they are quite inclined towards grasping knowledge about different aspects which they further like to share with others as well, but the only negative aspect is that they would ignore others' opinion or won't give them chance to speak. The native having Mars in third bhava possess immense self-belief, but they should not let it be their overconfidence. The arrival of Mars in third house would bring benefits from the native to those around him, as making the person humble and generous in attitude, besides which her in-laws will also receive financial growth after the native's marriage. The native could confront blood disorders. In the end, for reducing the malefic effects, the native should keep her core and attitude soft and warm, and should possess a kind attitude towards brothers, as it will bring him her goodness in life. He or she should wear a silver ring in left hand and try to keep the stuff of ivory near. Mars in Aries. Mars, a masculine and fiery planet, has Aries as its own sign, so naturally, this position is considered positive for Mars. People born with such a placement of Mars are quite strong, sturdy, aggressive, dominant and high in energy and stamina. These people are fond of indulging in physically demanding activities. They do well in military, police and other challenging areas. Such people are quite original in their ways. They like to work on their own and like to create new ideas than follow the existing ones. Their life is a series of adventures. These people love to take part in adventurous activities. They are quite intelligent and decisive. There is a certain swiftness in their personality. They like to do things fast, including driving, which can be risky at times. These people also have an argumentative nature. They do well in debates but often end up hurting people with their tone and aggressive instincts. These natives cannot stay at one place for long. Along with temper, their character is also marked by a streak of egoism. They are, however, quite honest in their dealings and say what's in their heart. Mars in Aries people are impatient, reckless, innovative, spontaneous and straightforward, quite like an open book. Third Lord in the third house. When the third lord is placed in the third house, the person has successful effort. If the planet in good dignity, then the native gets results with minimum of effort, daring, love of adventure, success in the field of sales, marketing, acting, arts, music, athletics, dance, have good ability in giving seminar, editing, gains through reading and writing, skilled communicator. Younger siblings enjoy success, benefits from short distance traveling, and quick learner. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person excessively enthusiastic, inclined towards giving too much effort for something, interference of younger siblings, recklessness with writing and communication could bring problems. 10th Lord in the third house. The person have career of self-expression. If the planet in good dignity, then the person determinant, adventurous, siblings help in the career, may have to travel constantly on short journeys. He will be a speaker, writer, selling, marketing, advertising, editing, printing, communication business, computer, arts, music, acting, dancing, sports, depending which planets occupies third house. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person face problems with siblings in career field, put lot of effort but not getting in return, lack of courage and determination, weak in evaluating consequence of and suffering many setbacks and delays in career. Mars in fourth house. The planet Mars or Mars is a vivid expression of potency and aggression, for which it bestows the same attributes to the natives and so on. The presence of Mars in the fourth house will make the native strong at mind and somewhat aggressive and hasty in approach. The natives of this placement of Mars in fourth house are very much attached to their homes and are quite possessive and protective towards their closed ones, family and friends. They are believed to stay involved in family matters as they are much concerned about them, but their arrogant and impatient attitude brings many conflicts at the home front, either with family members or for them. This further takes them away from the idea of marriage. They are usually the most dominating people at home. The immense love of these natives having Mars in 4th house for their motherland and their vigorous and audacious approach takes them towards deep patriotism, for which they are much inclined towards defense professions and appear like militants from the very early age, and they will possess the similar strong physical appearance even in old age. Besides this, the person having Mars in 4th power could also be involved in environmental and ecological aspects. The placement of Mars in the 4th house will make the native rude and harsh at times, and the person would not possess a good attitude towards younger ones. He or she could also possess malice and jealousy for others. The native's aggression will be the reason for most of hurdles and obstacles in life. There will be lack of peace in life. In the end, the natives should keep a square form part of silver and should stay away from black, one-eyed or disabled people. They should confer sweet milk at the roots of banyan tree and place some of the same wet soil over your navel. The person having Mars in 4th house should place empty bags of sugar on the roof of the house, shop and factory for defending it from fire disasters. These rituals will reduce the malefic impacts of Mars to a good extent. Mars in Taurus. Taurus is governed by Venus, a feminine watery planet. It shares a neutral relationship with Mars, which on the other hand, is a fierce masculine energy. When Mars is placed in such a stubborn sign having a delicate planet as its lord, its energy is not as active as in other signs. People born with Mars in Taurus have a low physical drive and level of activity. However, their mental concentration is outstanding. These people learn a lot from their experiences and mistakes. In fact, these are some of the most determined and stable people. They have a strong penchant for beauty and arts such as music, paintings, luxuries, etc. due to the influence of Venus. Some of them also have an artistic talent up their sleeve. These natives want to live a luxurious and comfortable lifestyle. Mars gives them the ability to manage their money wisely, so they tend to have a strong hold over financial matters. Such people tend to be inclined towards love and sensuality. In fact, at times, they also have more than one lover. They often feel dissatisfied with their spouse and relationship. They can also be overly possessive and violent in love and sexual matters due to the overflow of energy given by Mars. Third Lord in the 4th house. When the third Lord is placed in the 4th house, the person makes effort for happiness. If the planet in good dignity, then the native's effort lead to happiness, active and happy family life. Mother is determined and progressive, successful action in the fields of housing, real estate, hotel, transportation and vehicles, education, land, agriculture and gardening. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person thinks actively and alone brings happiness, hard to settle down, and feel discontented. Trouble with younger siblings in the family, neighbor, create conflicts in the home, discord with mother and family, impatient about finishing education and too aggressive. 10th Lord in the 4th house. The person have career through learning. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person will be a lucky and highly learned in various subjects. He will be famous both for his learning and generosity. The person good educator, involved in housing, hotel, real estate business, business of vehicle, mechanic, clothing business, geologist, nurturing, nurse, midwife, agriculture, horticulture, daycare worker, gets good home and vehicles and other valuable fixed assets. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the career bring trouble to the mother and family, many emotional challenges in career area, farm worker, and other lower wage jobs. The person may lose his lands and be forced to take to a life of servitude.